This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, and it is Thursday, July 9th. I'm out in the garden this morning. It has rained non-stop for like the past 4 days. So it hasn't been non-stop. It's rained a good hard shower every day for about the past 4 days. So the garden's pretty wet and mucky, but I'm going to get out here and try to do some harvesting anyway. We're starting to get some decent peppers on the jalapenos over here. Yeah, got several in here. They're starting to hang. I don't think I'm going to pick these today and let them get a little bit bigger, but I'm going to go through the pepper patch and see if there's anything that needs picking. I definitely need to pick the bush green beans and the climbing green beans again. And it looks like these are our celebrity tomatoes over here. And I tied them the other day, but it looks like they need another tie. It's been a lot of rain, so they're growing pretty fast. So I'll tie up these celebrity tomatoes, pick the bush green beans, and I think I'm going to try the corn I showed the other day in that video. I think I'm going to try to pick us some for lunch today. I think I can find enough ears ready, and I'm about ready for some corn. These are the peas we planted in that video the other day, and we have a good stand up. These are pink eye purple hull peas, and we're starting to get some tomatoes turning on this row. So it's been a long wait for tomatoes this year. Haven't picked any. It looks like I get to pick a few today maybe. And we usually have to pick the cucumbers at least every other day. I picked them yesterday, but I'll go through them today and just see if there's some I missed or if I need to pick. So anyway, garden maintenance day. Get out here and do some harvesting. Oh, I want to show one other thing. These are the squash plants. So we were going to plant over here under the pear tree in the shade just as an experiment to see how they're doing. And they look like they're starting to do well. The plants are big and pretty, and they're setting squash. If I can get around here. So they're putting squash on. So I think they're going to work. It's pretty fun. Here's one that's been on for several days. And it's looking healthy and pretty. Might pick yet just to let the plant know, go ahead and make some more. But we may actually get some squash off this little experiment over in the corner in the shade. It'll be pretty fun. This is another double row of the pink eye purple hull peas we planted a little while back. And they're up and healthy. Look like they're doing well. Hopefully we'll get some peas out of this. Something's nibbling on our pea plants. Don't know what would be doing that. Here's our girls all over here. Think they're about to get a treat. What do you want, babies? Pick them a blackberry. There's some fruit-eating girls. There you go. There you go. You missed it, Mama. She's looking for her close-up. No. Okay, we have the rattlesnake climbing green beans at the end of this row, and that's what we've picked twice and got nice pickings each time. And then this is another row of the rattlesnake climbing green beans we planted after that. So hopefully it'll start producing soon. I haven't seen any blooming, but they've climbed to the top and they're looking healthy and nice. These whoppers, some of them look dead, but some of them look like they're coming back. So we can't decide what to do with them. Anyway, I'm going to get in here and pick these bush green beans. And every time I pick them, I say we're going to go ahead and pull them after this picking. But every time we've gotten 4, 5, 6 pounds, and that's worth keeping. So we'll see what we get today. These are the bush green beans I just went through and picked. And this is still, I've weighed them in. I'll do official weights in a minute. But this was 5.98 pounds of bush green beans. So I guess we'll let the plants go a little bit longer. Still definitely getting enough to eat off of them. All right, and now going to come in and pick the climbing rattlesnake green beans, and they are still doing really well too. Tickled to death with the garden this year. Got a decent little harvest of the climbing rattlesnake green beans, and now I'm going to get in here and pick the cucumbers. Another nice cucumber harvest, and now I'm going to pick these park swappers. Get a few tomatoes picked. There's something very wrong with these plants. They aren't growing. I guess I'm going to go ahead and pull these, but they don't even look right. I guess the bugs have found them. I don't know, they have a funny look to them, but maybe they'll be okay. Park Slopper tomatoes. Okay, and this is our row of Roma tomatoes, and we saved our own seed last year, and for the most part, got reliable Romas, but, and they're looking really pretty too. Not starting to turn yet much, but they're looking good. But this guy, it was in with our Roma seed that we saved, and obviously something got cross-pollinated somewhere, because these are not Romas. But I'm going to pick these, whatever they are, that are growing in with the Romas. The Romas that are starting to turn have blossom end rot, so I'm just pulling them and giving them to the chickens. The ones that there's nothing wrong with aren't starting to turn yet. And I also am craving, and I am ready to eat some corn, so I think I'm going to pull a couple ears. This is the one I've been pulling back and checking to see if he's ready. Oh, it does look a lot readier today. Alright, so I'm going to try to find me and Al about 4 to 6 ears of corn for lunch today. I'm going to pull this one now, get him shucked, and see if he's ready. I can't do it one-handed. I'm afraid I'm going to hurt the plant. I'll be back. It's perfect. It's a picture. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, just barely starting to turn a little milky. Perfect kernels, no bug damage. Gorgeous. Alright, I'm going to go through and find some more and come back and show you what I got out of this. Got 6 pretty promising ears, and I always go into the chicken run area to shuck it and just let them eat whatever comes out. So I'm going to go in here now and shuck this. Got 6 really pretty ears of the Silver Queen corn. I had those for lunch today along with some green beans, and we still have some squash left in the refrigerator. So tickled to death with the corn. Looking good. Okay, and this is that squash I was talking about back in the corner under the pear tree, and I'm going to go ahead. This little squash has been on here for a while, and it's not very big yet, but I'm going to go ahead and pick him just to let the plant know he can go ahead and start making some more. So this will be our first little squash harvest off this area back here. Look at the size of this pepper on this escamillo. It's huge. Sorry. Gosh. Probably about 8-9 inches long. Huge and beautiful. And we have bell peppers. Putting back on these. Looking pretty decent. And jalapenos over here, doing well. I don't think I'm going to do a pepper harvest today. I may wait and do that later in the week, give them a little bit longer. I picked them really heavy the last time I picked, so I want to give them a little bit more time. But they look like they're doing well. I don't see a lot of blooms. Maybe they're spending some time growing plants a little bit more. Ooh, except these escamillos. They're showing out. Alright, I guess that's it for today. I am going to go in and weigh in the squash and the corn and the tomatoes, and then I'll come out and do a final count on the produce today. And again, everything's starting to kick in and do really well. These pumpkin plants are going crazy. Oh, Alan and I came out, I don't know, a couple days ago, and we noticed vine borer damage on this guy, and so I went in with a knife and I just slit a hole, and I got that little grub worm out. So I'm hoping the plant will recover. It still looks pretty healthy. There was one in this one and one in this one, and you can see the damage where he was eating, but I just took a knife and slit the stem and pulled him out. So hopefully we stopped it in time, and maybe these plants will recover. I'm just going to watch them. Oops. There's another one. Dang, vine borers are horrible. Here is another place. It looks like where they may have laid, and he may have gone in. I'll get in out here with a knife and see if I can't get him out in a little bit. Alright, today's garden harvest. The bush green beans, we got 5.98 pounds of beans. The rattlesnake climbing beans, 1.66. Cucumbers, 5.95. Corn, 6 ears of Silver Queen sweet corn, 2.12 pounds. Squash, 0.23. Tomatoes, 0.49, for a total weight in produce today of 16.43. Thanks for watching.